Siphiwo Mtimkulu was a charismatic young leader of the Congress of South African Students in Port Elizabeth in the early 1980s. It made him a prime target for security police harassment. He was detained without trial in May 1981 and released 5 months later. Immediately after his release, he fell gravely ill. The diagnosis was that he was poisoned with a substance called thallium. In April 1982, he sued the Minister of Police and his commissioner for his detention, torture and poisoning. Siphiwo disappeared 2 weeks later and was never seen or heard of again. His life and death were a great inspiration to the people of the Eastern Cape, as was his mother's relentless quest to seek truth and justice.
If they can kill me, as long as they will be killing me for truth, and I am not doing what I'm doing for myself. I am doing it for my child, for my grandchild and my great-grandchild. I am doing it for the whole world, not only for my family. I can even die now for it. Even now I can die. I remember his words once telling his father that they have finished me this time, Father. I don't think I'll be right anymore. Because now even my memory is not like before. I don't think that I will be that pure of yours again.
I want to know to him, how do you feel? What happened there inside? He said to me, I'm finished because torturings make me finish inside. Because I see myself to come to that room, a kakang is coming, he could not walk. Come that room and then come this side in the bed, come.
He was crawling.
In the middle.
I even kept his hair that fell off from his head in Cape Town. As you can see it, this was flesh from his head, this. You can see it for yourselves, that it's not a lie. Even Professor Ames, who treated him in Cape Town, can prove this to you.
Siphiwo left a diary with detail of what had happened to him in jail.
The very day of release, after being released, he wrote the diary. I'm releasing it now because I want these people to be exposed for what they did to Siphiwo. I still had on only my underpants. Nivold left the office with the towel. He returned. The towel was wet and dripping with water. He tied it over my nose and mouth. As I inhaled water, entered my nasal passage. Breathing was difficult. I lost consciousness and fell. The towel was removed. This was done until I lost consciousness several times. Each time I fell on my back. At times he will sit on my back and hit me. The others would kick me like Danster while doing push-ups. The moment I stood up, he would start boxing me. That is Danster now. Others will laugh and kick me and then walk away. Danster apparently is interested in karate. He is the one who hit me with karate blows.
Mtimkulu identified the notorious Eastern Cape security policeman Gideon Nivold as one of his torturers. According to Mtimkulu's mother, Nivold visited the Mtimkulu household several times before.
He came here pretending as if he's a priest with a white collar.
He's putting a Bible here. He's got a collar on. That's a gun, yeah.
That's how he came to trap us. It's only Siphiwo told us that it is Nivot. Those are Nivot's tricks. And he's very dangerous. You must be careful of Nivot. That's what he said to us.
Ow, he's a policeman. Oh dear, he's a policeman, that man. I didn't know. Myself, we don't know. Myself, I don't know.
During the last week of May 1996, Mtimkulu's parents prepared to take their story to the Human Rights Violations hearing of the Truth Commission in Port Elizabeth. But they were in for a very unpleasant surprise.
We called the next witness. The next witness was supposed to be Mrs. Mtimkulu. We are going to hold back that case. Order.
Nivot and other policemen obtained court orders preventing Mrs. Mtimkulu and others from naming them before the Truth Commission and denied any involvement in the death of Siphiwo Mtimkulu. The Mtimkulu's testimony had to be postponed. This traumatized them and angered those present.
Abantu abalanda ubomi babazali akasiphiwo zulunjile fihlaka juliye simanga Thixo ezinto senziwayo kwelikhaya basibe ngumfuziselo omhle ophelisa Nkosi inzondo kaSiphiwo Thixo bethola ungileyo dalwezulu nomhlaba.
But eventually Joyce Mtimkulu had her day before the Truth Commission.
He admitted that he was ill. I wanted to know what was wrong with him. He stated that he had excruciating pain in the stomach. He stated that his feet are always cold and they are swollen. He says the lower limbs are always swollen. He showed me, and I also could see that he was swollen. And you could feel that there seems to be no circulation. I asked him, what was wrong with you? What happened to you? He stated that it was a very long story. I was hurt to see my son in this condition. And he also mentioned that he was ill-treated severely. He even said, the Boers have finished me. I am totally finished. There's nothing that you can do about me. Because Nivot and Van Rensburg, Dupree and his team, Danster, who always played karate in my child, were the people who are responsible for Siphiwo's condition. You know, they have big rats at their places, and that is the poison. The poison they could have used to those rats, they used it to my son. This is Siphiwo's hair. This is the scalp attached to the hair. That person is not at home. We all know that if you cut a person's hair, you don't cut the scalp. But I want you today to see, Commission, that we have his hair together with the scalp attached to the hair. I want the Commission to witness what I've brought here today so that they should know the effect of the poison which was used to my son.
Former Security Police Captain Dirk Coetzee wanted to tell the Truth Commission what he knew of Mtimkulu's death, but he was prevented. This is what he would have told the Commission.
Nick van Rensburg and his men poisoned him upon release. poisoned him, and apparently did not add enough poison, according to Brigadier Jan de Pre, who explicitly told me later on that he was poisoned, that he was paralyzed, that he ended up in Groote Schuur hospital, where they detected what type of poison it was. Mtimkulu was killed eventually by the Eastern Cape Security Branch.
16 months after the policeman mentioned by Mrs. Mtimkulu tried to stop her from telling her story to the Truth Commission, these men changed their story. General Gerrit Erasmus and General Nick van Rensburg now admitted giving the orders for Mtimkulu and his comrade Topsy Mdaka to be killed, and Colonel Hermanus du Plessis and Colonel Gideon Nieuwert admitted to committing the murders. The 4 men applied to the Amnesty Committee for amnesty.
My impression, with great piety, Your Honour, my impression was that he was extremely militant because of the conflict between the black ideology and the whites really came to the fore.
He was a leader among the people involved in the school's unrest. He was also responsible for chasing pupils out of the schools, here together with another group of the pupils who wished to attend school.
The amnesty applicants admitted to the killing of the 2 young activists, but strenuously denied that they had poisoned Siphiwo Mtimkulu.
The following evening, did you give the deceased some of these sleeping tablets? That is so. How did you do this? It was in the coffee that I offered them. I put an overdose of the tablets in the coffee and I gave it to them to drink.
Did you collect branches and tree trunks? Yes, that is correct.
You and Mr. van Rensburg, or was it you and Mr. van Rensburg carried them out? Mr. van Rensburg and I carried them out.
Did you then shoot Siphiwo Mtimkulu? Yes, that is correct. And the warrant officer for Topsy Mdaka? Yes, that is correct.
Van Rensburg shot the one person, you shot the other. That is so, Your Honour.
We placed them on the firewood. We first put down a layer of firewood and then we put the corpses on top of the firewood.
During the course of the evening, on several occasions, you had to keep the fire going and put on more wood.
And the next morning, Captain du Plessis and Mr. Nieuwert collected the remains.
The next morning, did you gather the remains and throw these into the fish river? That is correct.
The same evening, the 2 deceased's vehicle was left near a border post in Lesotho.
No forgiveness at all.
Why not?
Because they killed my father. And I'm the one who's feeling the most pain.
I have not forgiven them. Why must I forgive them when they don't want to tell the truth? And the beauty part of this, they are not asking forgiveness from us, the people who have lost their beloved ones. They are asking forgiveness from the government. They did not do nothing to the government. What they did to us.
I want them to take me where they shot him And where are his bones now?
Why do you want them to do it?
Because that will mean a lot to me. Because I didn't even see him.
With the families of other victims whose remains were dumped in the Fish River by security policemen, the Mtimkulus went to the riverbank for a commemoration ceremony.
Thixo wethu olungileyo, ndimi phezu kwala matye ndim nomlingane wam nomntanam alapho mama uhashe egodolo zigalela nabantwana babo Thixo wethu othe wasigcina seva oba ebudeni bale minyaka sihambe ebumnyameni amathambo intsalela zenyama yabalingane nabantwana bethu Thixo wethu yazawugalelwa ngeplastiki Thixo wethu ngamabhulu awayephethe ngelo xesha into zonivoti Thixo wethu olungileyo izinto zoFan Rensburg Thixo wethu into ezinamandla amakhulu.